going on, man? Talented Ones, media, hashtag TR Media, hashtag TR Radio, hashtag too many hashtags, keep hashtagging out. And we're back, man. Jay Shep, y'all already know what's going on. Let me look here. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all already know what we're here for. We're here to talk to another person. This time it's a business owner. Look, entrepreneur. We got a serial entrepreneur. We got a lot of businesses under his belt. And y'all already know, this one's gonna be real special for me, because I've been saying this for a long time. I was like, yo, 2021, I'm gonna get me a beer sponsorship. It ain't happened yet, but this dude over here, man, we got the beer cream. Look, it's for your hair, it's for this, for the dudes. He has a beer growth oil.
Yes, sir.
So for the ones who can't get that beer to connect just like that, who got the little patch, a little hole in the middle, we feel sorry for you, but he got a remedy for you. You got the people who got the edges missing.
Yup.
Or the edges going away. I'm gonna take myself out of that conversation. But man, Billy Nelson, man.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, bro?
Loving life, just living.
Man, look, and you out of Houston.
Yes, sir.
Out of A-Leaf. Shout out
Yes,
A-Leaf.
sir.
A-Leaf having a little moment right now. You gotta give credit with credit.
Nah, it's facts. It's facts.
Y'all having a moment all across the board, entrepreneurship. Y'all got some music. Y'all got a dude who won the Super Bowl last year. Y'all got
Crazy.
Y'all going crazy right now. First and foremost, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. Thanks for the invite.
Hey, bro, no
Much
problem.
love, much
it's
love.
still Black History Month, so we gotta shine a light on black business,
You know, for sure.
entrepreneurship. You know
No
how
problem.
that works.
I appreciate the love for real.
No problem, no problem. First things first, I want to know the origin, because we're going to talk about what you have on the table. Then we got to talk about the other business you have. But first things first,
Okay.
let's get to the origin of what you brought today. How does one even decide to be like, you know what, hair cream?
Right.
Or get into the hair industry, the hair business? Like, what made you decide to get into that bag?
So basically, like growing up, a lot of people used to tell me I have like good hair, but I really didn't know what that means because all hair is the same to me. So basically, they'd tell me like, you got waves, you can get 360 waves, all types of waves. So really, I was like, do I want to take it serious or not? So I didn't take my hair serious as I do now. But the way I started this right here, basically, I was in Houston. I was at home one night and I was watching YouTube, watching different videos, and then I found one, and it basically just gave me a little startup. But I was on Instagram too, and I was scrolling, and I found this guy. His name is Warren Broadnax, the CEO. She's Happy Hair. So basically, I was scrolling through his video. I found it, and he was talking to a 14-year-old, and basically he was like, I started 7 years ago. It took me 7 years to get successful, and the kid was 14. So once I seen that, I was like, okay, I can take it serious. So once I got back home to Austin, I got everything I needed, and I just tested trial, like trial and error, and I made some, and then basically I was like, okay, I just started something, but it was still a couple like trial and errors, and then I finally just got it to where I wanted it to be. I got the measurements and everything. I knew exactly what I wanted to put in it, and before I even dropped it, like I tested it on myself for a couple weeks. Of course, I didn't want to drop it and then something happened, but I tested it on myself a couple weeks, and I seen the results, and that's when I just dropped it. And so then it went crazy.
Just one like that.
It went crazy.
And I think another thing is this such a interesting industry, because it's almost like we had a jeweler on the show another day a while back, and it was kind of like him explaining like just even getting the materials. I'm not gonna ask you to put your sauce out on here because you can't do that. You know, keep your sauce to yourself. We need you to keep getting your bag.
Right.
But like, what are like some of like the undertone, like, I don't want to say issues, but like little complications and like even like finding materials?
Right.
Like, how do you figure out what works in that thing? Is it just trial and error?
No, of course, it's trial and error. Like when I first started, I spent so much money buying like just different products from like beauty supplies, Walmart, H-E-B, when really I could have bought all the stuff wholesale. So I spent a whole lot of money. I was going to the post office, money coming out of my pocket to ship the stuff, and the whole time I had to do that. So it took me a little time to learn over time, but eventually when I found out what I can do, get my own stamps, buy stuff wholesale, everything became cheaper. I could make a bigger quantity in one sitting. Like what I do is I could order 20 pounds now. With 20 pounds, I can make 50 buttercreams.
Right.
And let them sit there. And somebody order it, ship it up, pack it. Barbershop hit me up, how many they want, pack it up, take it to the barbershop. So it took a little time to actually know how to like make it more cost efficient and save a lot more money than I was before.
For sure. And one thing we didn't say is your product's called Protect Your Crown.
Protect your crown.
Protect Your Crown right there.
Yeah.
And I like that. I would say the real reason why I like this is going to be a little corny. My ad name is King_J Shep, so I need my crown protected.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
and I need these edges protected too, gosh darn it. So we tapping in for sure. And I think my thing is, which is dope, is like how with all your business, pretty much with your other business, which I'm about to bring up, it's not your typical business that people are trying to get into.
Right.
You found the lane that a niche.
A niche, exactly.
And I think you found it early. So like, did you ever, I guess before you started it, did you ever think like this was an option? Like, oh, like, you know, people that tell me about my hair, like you said about it, but I was like, I wonder if something in hair, I don't know. You know, did you ever think that? Because, you know, some people, they hear they niche, they hear they calling their whole life, but they never realize that that's for them.
Right. Nah, never. I promise you, never. And then the main reason I started is because of the pandemic. I promise you, I was at home, just thinking of different stuff I can do, and it just came to my head. Then I found my own lane, and I was like, okay, people already tell me that my hair is pretty good, so if I do this, I take it to the next level. And really not just benefit myself, but benefit others too. So when I dropped this, at first, like I said before, I was only focusing on waivers until I realized girls use it on their hair, some girls use it on their skin, some guys use it on their skin. And then basically, I had a couple different races behind it too.
Right.
That's when I realized all hair types. So that's why I changed my whole little pitch. Not saying it's for waivers, I'm saying it's for all hair types: curls, waves, beards, everything, skin, the lips, everything. So that's how it was.
Nah, for sure, that's dope. That's dope. And that's definitely dope. I don't know why we getting calls during the interview. Oh well, does not matter because it's not getting answered. But this is dope. I'm gonna tell you why this is real dope. Is because I think you found something that crossed cultures. Like I said, find your niche, find your way. And when it's crossing cultures, it's a beautiful thing. It's almost like with me in media. For me, it's like, oh, I can only appeal to one demographic, or I can go to globe. Like, you know, I talk to artists, but now we're talking to business owners.
Right.
We've had actors, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of doing the same thing.
Right.
Another niche you did was you made sure you didn't make it just gender specific.
Exactly.
So, you know, with waivers, most of the time people think dudes, right? And so, you know, but women have short hair too at the same time. And speaking of women, let's get into these Dion bags that you also be selling too.
Yes, sir. So, man, so they came up with the name Dion Bass. My real name is Dion. So I actually have a couple of my close girlfriends who I went to school with, and basically I was asking them for some names. And of course I threw my middle name in there, and they was like, one of them said Dion Bass. I was like, okay, I think that'd be perfect. So basically, I found some finish for the purses. I kind of started like what purses will ladies really buy? So once I dropped those, I don't know what it was, but those just went crazy too. So I got business cards and everything. I made a new Instagram. I posted the purses, and eventually a lot of girls started buying them, and posting pictures with them. So every time they post a picture, I reach out to them, ask them, can I post a picture on my page? And I just post it, but a lot of girls, I was shipping them everywhere.
No, because I've seen a lot of girls, like, even on that go on my TL, they was having to design the bags. And I'm thinking like, yo, who's making these bags? So it's you know, with Houston females, they only take pictures in about 3 places. So, you know, they post Oak Hotel with all the cars and on that staircase in one place. And, you know, for some odd reason, let you feel good with the, if you're not from Houston, you're not gonna know these locations, TO Nation, but just rock with me while I go through the spiel. Let you feel good with the lights in the back. They post the pictures there, and then a gas station. Just any gas station with the ones on with a crop top, with the little bent over thing and holding the purse up.
Crazy.
You already know what's going on with that. But no, that's a different bag. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Each lane that bros got going on, you got, okay, yo, women up here, boom. Hair over here, boom. I just found out too that you got a clothing line with your partner. So like, you know, that y'all released some hoodies a while back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about that real quick. Then I got another question for you.
So I dropped a clothing brand with one of my LBs, Diamante. He actually just moved to Houston, so he's out here too. But it's called Arnez Dion. His middle name is Arnez. My middle name is Dion. But that was my close brother before like everything. Like back in school before we pledged and everything, talking before that. And then eventually after we both graduated, we just decided to start something, and basically we wanted to come up with the design and everything. And then once we came up with the design, found some good vendors and got a couple samples, we just dropped it. And we dropped about 4 colors, all sold out. So it's quick, but now it's a lot of like I said, it's a lot of trial and error. But we didn't expect it to like go like off that fast, but it just happened.
Where your hustle come from, man? Like, where does the grind, where's the entrepreneurial spirit come from?
Honestly, my dad. That's like my biggest role model, biggest motivator. He's just the person who never complains about anything. Like, he grew up with nothing, literally. And now he's older. He's been working for the same job for a long time. Like, he wake up every day in the morning early. I say early. No complaints. He never complains about anything. So I'm like, if he's not complaining, why am I complaining?
True.
He never complained about anything. He always told me to be responsible. Anything I do, he support 100%. Like, even when I played basketball, high school, middle school, he's my AAU coach too. For every game, he's at every game. No matter where it is, no matter what time it is, that's my biggest motivator. But he just pushed to the limit. Like, he don't complain about nothing. So I know I can't complain. I just got to keep going.
I think that's also a big thing in like our community for sure, especially me and you looking the same. You know, I got my brother Chris here over here. He's off camera, but we all look the same. I think that's a big thing in our communities that sometimes that has to get committed. We hear so much about fathers not being there sometimes.
Right.
To the fact that like when you do have your father, you know, like how instrumental that is. My dad's the same way. My dad, I saw my dad work 2 jobs. His own personal hustle was he has a tax service. Shout out to Shepherd's Tax Services. Y'all need your taxes done. Hit up my pops. He gonna get y'all right. So he has his own tax service, and he worked for the city of Houston for a minute. And so I saw him always wake up in the morning early, go to work, come back home, drink a Coke, chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to go upstairs, knocks out his tax work, come back home, plays around with me a little bit, cause I'm an only child, so we and basketball, football, whatever, and then he gonna go to sleep. He does everything, does that routine.
Yeah.
And you know, now he does his own tax service business on his own. He got another little gig, but I'm saying that hustle, when you see that forefront and having that figure there, man, that actually means a lot.
No, it does.
And because guess what it does? You know, it's gonna get a little deeper for you when you get to that point where you have an offspring. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be that same way. You're gonna show them that hustle, that grind,
No,
and that more. And I think that's a big thing. So shout out to your pops for giving me that spirit, man. You giving us a lot of great product, man.
Nah,
You're helping brothers fulfill their hair needs, man. Look,
Hey.
it's a lot of people struggling out here.
It is. Like, healthy hair is the best hair.
Healthy hair is the best hair. Ladies, y'all kind of struggling too. I ain't gonna get on y'all too much because y'all can hide it better. But we walk around with a lace front. If our top just blew off like Tory Lanez, then
Man,
maybe.
I promise you.
What I think Future said it on a feature one time. I blew the top off of Mayberry. And then some people look like they blew the top off of Pontiac. But I gotta ask this question I ask everybody, man. Yo, cause your journey's kind of fairly new. And you know, on an entrepreneur level, it kind of takes highs and lows, ins and outs and moments. And so the pandemic blessed you with an idea to come up with a few products that have actually been blessing you in many more ways than one. Helping people. I don't like to get into people's pockets, but I feel like you're doing okay in life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever like to pocket watch, but on another level, you're helping people. Your product is doing something for people. So which one do you think is more important? Even though your journey with this is still kind of new, which one do you think is going to be more beneficial, or your view on this? You think your journey is more important, or the destination or goal you have in mind is more important? Which one?
For sure the journey. It's because when I started, I'm not gonna say I wasn't scared. Like, I knew what my product could do, but I'm always gonna remain humble. But when I first started, I didn't tell anybody about the beat. I didn't even tell my dad. The only person who knew was my girlfriend, and she's like, yeah, just do it. And then one of my close bros, he was in Houston too, one of my brothers, he just told me like to do pre-orders. So, but nah, the journey for sure. Because when I first started, he told me to do pre-orders, and as soon as I did pre-orders, I said limited to 25. As soon as I put it on my Instagram, people were sending money. I didn't even drop I dropped the one picture, and they just started liking it and sending money, and it just kept coming. And then once it got to 25, people kept asking, and I was like, okay, now I know this is something serious. So I ended up with 62 pre-orders. I could have kept going, but I wanted to stop and make sure I got my website and everything. I didn't want to take too much in at one time because it was kind of like I was kind of overwhelmed. I didn't think people was gonna rock with it like that. Like 62 people. that quick, and it was like within an hour. So it was that night he told me, he said, just do pre-orders. So once you do pre-orders, man, once I posted that, people went crazy. But with the journey, like when I first started, it was kind of shaky because people still don't want to trust it, even though it is all 100% natural.
True.
But I guess they had like kind of stuff happening, and it happened like a while back with their previous experiences, so they didn't want to trust this. But you know, you pass them up, somebody else can reach out again.
Right.
So people kept reaching out. Then like I got it in my first barbershop, actually in A-Leaf, my cousin's barbershop.
Right.
So that was my first barbershop ever. That was a big blessing. So I posted that on Instagram too. A lot of people showing love, but that's like the main place.
And now you in like 9 of them.
In 9 locations. So, but yeah, and then still going on. A couple months later, I just decided to drop some more products, reaching out to people. Like when I first started, I DM like no lie, some free game. I DM about 25 people a day on every social media, Instagram, Snapchat.
Take your notes,
LinkedIn.
entrepreneurs.
Like LinkedIn is where it's at. But I used to DM. No, actually, on LinkedIn, I used to DM 50 people on LinkedIn. But Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, I used to DM 25 people a day. I got my whole pitch. Most of the time, people they're gonna open it and I respond. Some people are actually gonna like it and then come back later. Some people are actually gonna like it and respond and go to the website and buy it. That's happened a lot. So sometimes like don't let people like discourage you if they don't respond, because eventually they're gonna come back once they like you said.
Right.
They're gonna see you later on in the future and be like, okay, now he's on this stuff, so now they want to support now. Like you support
A
in the
lot,
beginning.
a lot of people don't catch the wave up front.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of people don't see the vision. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever vision that you have in your head, it's in your head. So like you might know where this is gonna go. Like, yo, I know where this is. It
Exactly.
can go. Cause we don't really know what's gonna happen. Only person that knows what's gonna happen is God.
Exactly.
So, but you probably was like, oh, I feel it. And I got this discerned thing that's right here. It's burning. It's itching.
Right.
But everybody else doesn't know that. It's like, oh, Billy making little grease. Okay.
I promise that's how it was. But you know, I didn't let this stuff phase me because I knew what I wanted to do, and actually, like, I came to Houston plenty of times, and I actually deliver stuff to people. I meet up with them, I drop them off whatever they want to meet at, just because I want them to show like I'm a real person, I'm a real genuine person, and I want them to see who I was, meet me in person, but okay, this is Billy. Some people I knew already, but most of them I didn't know, and it's really good when you meet people who you don't know who buy your product.
Those are your best supporters.
I promise
because you know why? They only know you from your work, and they don't know you off of face value.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. So the same thing. I used to drive to barbershops, going in there, just talking, meeting them, or I DM somebody on Instagram, a barber. Then I go to the barbershop and I show them the product. I'm not gonna charge them for. I'm gonna give it to them for free unless you try it out. And it's happened plenty of times. They try it for free, then they reach back out. Can I get 10? Can I get 20? And then wholesale that. So like I did then at like my 9th location, that's the same thing I just said. That's exactly what happened. I gave him one of the free buttercreams. He tried it out. He DM'd me. Can I get a couple of these? The funny thing is, him and another barber wanted it. So that's 2 barbers in one barbershop who want the same product. So they got it. And then my second time I went there for a second drop off, a 3rd barber seen it. So he wants some now too.
I see what you just did there when you did the 3. You just did that indirectly. We're not gonna let that slide.
I ain't even know.
I
didn't even know.
I was like,
I didn't even know it. But yeah, it's not for sure the journey, because you know it's a lot of ups and downs. A lot of people who know you, they're not gonna support you. It happens. It happens though.
And it's not. You can't be mad. It's like, just because we close. I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people get upset when the closest people don't support them. And it's kind of like, well, they know you. That's not who you're trying to get to buy your stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's cool if you just want to be the neighborhood guy. But when you're trying to go global, you're trying to go national.
Exactly.
You're not trying to get the person that you know you can get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, he'll catch on eventually.
Eventually,
like, you keep working long enough, he got to say, oh, okay, I see what you got going. But, you know, hey, man, and the last thing I really do want to ask you is that it's a lot of entrepreneurs that tap into TO. It's a lot of people that are probably going to watch this. So even some of your peers are going to watch this, and maybe they just need that extra oomph. They haven't jumped off the Porsche yet. They don't know how to get that first step. What is some advice that you can tell somebody that can just help them at least jump off the Porsche, just get out there and do what they need to do?
Biggest thing is don't care about anybody's opinion. Because somebody tell you one thing, that's going to throw you off the track the entire way. The entire way. Don't worry about nobody's opinion. That's why I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. Because somebody would told me one thing, like, why you gonna do it this way or that way? that could have like changed my whole mindset.
Right.
But I didn't care about what nobody was saying. I stuck with my gut. I always stick with your gut too, because you know exactly what you want to do. So when I stuck with my gut, I knew what I wanted to do. And once I dropped it, I got exactly what I wanted.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we appreciate you coming on our show, Billy. Hold on, right here. Let me do it one more time. I'm gonna plug him in. Protect your crown.
Yes, sir.
Protect it. Protect that joint. Y'all already know what's going on. This is T.O. This is T.O. Media. This is Talented Ones. Y'all already know the vibes. Jay Shep. It's Billy. We out, man. Make sure y'all tap in. The link to his website is going to be in the comments below. Make sure y'all tap into my socials. It's going to be under here, too. Y'all already know the vibes, man. We out. Peace. We appreciate y'all.